anytime we solve a compound inequality, the potential exists that the solution is not going to look like what we think it should look like. In this situation, being an and compound inequality, we would expect to have that double shaded region in between the two numbers, the two solutions of the two individual simple inequalities. If I solve the two simple inequalities, I get x is greater than 3 and x is less than 1. If I shade those, here's 3 and here's 1, x is greater than 3 would shade this direction, and x is less than 1 would shade that direction. If I'm looking for the intersection of these two sets, I don't have an intersection between these two sets. So this particular compound inequality has no solution. That is a perfectly viable possibility when it comes to any and compound inequality. The situations with or compound inequalities is a little bit trickier. Here is where we expect to see the two shaded regions pointing out from the two solutions of the simple inequalities. But in some cases, we end up with a slightly different picture. We'll make sure when we divide by our negative, we turn our inequality around. And over here, we'll have to do the same thing. And we end up with x is less than 5. If I am x is less than 5, here's 5, and I am all of this. And then way down here is negative 10, and I'm greater than that. This compound inequality was set up with an issue from the very beginning. I ended up shading the entirety of the number line. Sure, there's parts of it that are shaded twice. This region that's in between the negative 10 and the 5, that's shaded twice. This part over here that's out beyond the negative 10, only shaded once. This part here that's out beyond the 5 is only shaded once. But remember, we're looking at an or. We really only need this to be shaded anywhere. So if I'm looking at this number line and I'm seeing all of this shading, then I know that my solution here would then have to be all real numbers. A perfectly reasonable possibility for a compound inequality that at the very beginning was set up to have everything as a potential solution.